Former host of the Daily Show, Jon Stewart, and founder of the Feel Good Foundation, John Feel. I spoke with them earlier. Jon Stewart, how did you first become, we've seen your work with 9/11 first responders and all the help you've given them. How did you turn your attention to veterans in burn pits?
A woman named Rosie Torres, who had worked with a group, she founded a group called Burn Pits 360, reached out to John and I. She had reached out because there were a lot of analogous situations with what burn pit sufferers had been experiencing that 9/11 responders had been experiencing in terms of toxic exposures. I mean, the item that sort of blended ground zero with these burn pits, they used jet fuel to burn all of the materials that were created by these army bases and hazardous materials and batteries and armaments and all sorts of other things.
Right now, the situation seems to be, from all the people that we've heard from, is that they try to get their disability claims approved through the VA. They're having a heck of a time getting them approved, and they're having to pay out of pocket to get their diagnosis. Is that how you understand it?
Basically, you have all these soldiers that are, and generally it's a community that's pretty stoic, but if they come home and they're suffering from a certain health condition, well, they've got to go before these medical boards. They've got to be their own advocate, lawyer, doctor, scientist. And what the VA says is, okay, you were in Balad, which had a 100-yard by 100-yard burn pit. We know these are the dioxins and cancerous causing chemicals and particulates that were there. It was burning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You were downwind of it. Now you have constrictive bronchiolitis. You don't have the breath capacity to do the job that you normally do, but prove it. Prove it to us that that's why. And it's unacceptable. And, they made a commitment to us and stepped into a theater of war and went downrange on our behalf, fighting for our freedoms. And when they come home, we treat them as though that is disposable. And yet we stand up and applaud them at football games, and we say thank you for your service, and we give them 10% off on appetizers at Chili's, and we think that that's enough to honor their remarkable service. But it's not. And we do this in every war. I mean, there are Vietnam veterans still fighting for Agent Orange benefits.
John Feel, tell me about the parallels between your work on 9/11 with first responders and what you're seeing with veterans with regard to burn pits.
The comparisons are scary, because the same thing that happened to 9/11 responders is happening to these soldiers. If I pump jet fuel into your beautiful little room right there that you're sitting in, and in a year from now you got cancer, it's presumptive that jet fuel made you sick. It's that simple. But, for them now to say they don't have the science, we have the model. The 9/11 community has the model. NIOSH, the CDC, has the model to prove that jet fuel and other toxins compatible to what happened in the Mideast with the burn pits made men and women sick. The absorption through the nose, mouth, and skin.
It seems that the government has known about this issue for years. I mean, they asked doctors to look into it as early as 2004 and to see what they've come up with. Yeah. And yet here we are, it's 2020.
Right.
16 years later. Why do you think that is?
It's simply a case of money and urgency. When we need them, it's the most urgent. When was the last time a defense appropriations bill didn't pass Congress? When was the last time a defense contractor wanted to build another toy and didn't get the $1.5 trillion funding over 10 years that they wanted to get for it? When was the last time we ended a weapons program because it was obsolete or outdated or wasn't going to do anything? We don't. But when was the last time we expanded our care for the veterans, for the soldiers that have gone to war, for the after effects of that war? We always have money for war. We never have money for the warfighter. This is the pattern since the revolution. What was the first, after the revolution, what was the first rebellion in the United States? It was veterans who were saying, hey man, you said you were going to pay us. Is that coming, or what are we doing here?
Do you think this bill that's in Congress right now is the answer?
No legislation is perfect.
Yeah.
If you can find me the perfect bill, then you would have 330 million happy Americans. We believe our piece of legislation will help the most people affected. Any piece of legislation that creates a program at the federal level, there are going to be people that fall through the cracks. But it's going to be our job as advocates after that legislation's passed to ensure that those people left behind get picked up and put into the program, and we will advocate them. We're still helping 9/11 responders get into the World Trade Center Health Program or file a claim with the Victims' Compensation Fund. While we're trying to change the culture of Washington, D.C. and the DOD and the VA, hopefully our message spreads across the United States where others get involved in this fight, whether they're celebrities or those in the media that are going to help these men and women who come home with post-traumatic or missing a body part or burning from the inside from burn pits. We all, every single one of us, have a responsibility starting now. It's that simple.
Rich McHugh joins us right now. Rich, let's start with some of the numbers because there were a few there. The doctor you talked with at Vanderbilt said he felt this problem was much bigger. I know you said there were somewhere north of 10,000 claims filed. How many veterans do you think are impacted by this?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, the government itself has said that potentially 3.5 million soldiers, veterans, who were in these wars might have been exposed to this. Just in proximity, but we ultimately don't know is the answer. The doctor at Vanderbilt, Dr. Miller, he biopsied only 100. He examined like several hundred, but he said he has no doubt that far more people are grappling with this because every soldier that he biopsied had this issue.
And Rich, there's a lot to be disturbed by in that report and what's happening. As the reporter on this, what surprised you the most?
Just how widespread it is and how it's still going on, how it's still an issue. Some of the data suggests that the government has known about this issue since, well, they asked Dr. Miller to look at it in 2004. So they surely knew about it then, and there's documentation and papers that I have that have them discussing it. And so that's the most shocking thing, that this continues to go on, yet you have our soldiers go over there and fight in these wars and come home and are grappling with this, and it hasn't been solved. It's just, in their words, it's a travesty.
It's devastating, Rich, and this report is eye-opening. Burn pits and September 11th, as you pointed out, there are similarities. They're haunting. You live in the Northeast, not far from the World Trade Center. How do you feel when you first heard that soldiers facing some of the same deadly consequences as our 9/11 first responders did?
That's right. I mean, I was in New York City on 9/11, and I saw what they all went through. And when I began looking into this story, I thought, like, how can this be? This is, our troops are over there and are exposed to these chemicals. Like, one of the reports that I came across suggested that incinerators were actually sent over there to these bases, and that's the proper way to dispose of our waste, because it burns all this stuff at a much higher temperature and doesn't emit the waste. But it was documented that a number of those incinerators were never used. They were just put on the sidelines. And so it's hard not to, as you read this stuff and talk to these veterans, be perplexed by it. How did we let this go on?
Rich, how much hope, I should say, do you have that they will get the resources they need, that this investigation will provoke some people to take necessary action? Do you have any confidence at all?
Oh, I actually do. Now that there's legislation working its way through Congress, and Jon Stewart and John Feel have teamed up with, there's kind of this group now trying to get this across the finish line. I think there's momentum now, and I think once the momentum keeps up, I think it might be enough to force Congress to actually do something.
Do you think this one part that stood out to us here was the fact that these veterans essentially have to prove that this is what happened to them. Is that what you think needs to change?
It's one part of what needs to change. That's one part of what the bill is focused on, which is called presumptive benefits. You know, the situation now, as I understand it, is that they come home and they have to prove to the VA individually that they have been, you know, their cancer or whatever their ailment is was caused because they live near a burn pit or were exposed. And now what this bill is trying to say is, and what people are fighting for, is that, look, it should be the benefit of the doubt. So if you were in this war, if you were stationed in Balad, Iraq, in a certain year, chances are that we're going to presume that you have been affected, and therefore you're going to qualify.
Well, Rich, we certainly are appreciative on this Veterans Day that you are shedding light on this issue. We owe it to all our veterans to pay attention, to do something about it, and we'll count on you to continue to update all of us moving forward. Thank you.